Okay, welcome back to the Ponderosa with Toro's Carvings. Today I'm going to be displaying a table that I designed to do production bears. Um, it's so much easier this way than the way I've used to do it. I used to just cut the rounds and basically um, as I'm carving them out, I'd cut them into sizes. But that was so much slower, and so I designed this table that I wanted to share with everybody. That basically allows me to line up about, I want to say there's 8 of them, and it allows me to carve 8 at the same time, and I could actually go to both sides of the table. Well, the table, it was a fold-out plastic table, has metal legs, and basically I built this frame over the top of it out of 2x4s, and then I extended some arms like it was going to be a bench seat on this table. Instead of a bench seat, it was to hold the small rounds that I placed on a 2x6, and I screw them down to the 2x6. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, I wanted to show you the table that similar to the one that I'm using that has the frame on it. It's just basically a regular table, and we'll go over here and basically look at what I did here. So here I have my rounds, and basically the rounds will sit on the 2x6, and they will have 3-inch screws that are basically holding it in place. And as a demonstration on this side, I got some already lined up, and this allows me to go ahead and make a production line of small bears. I call these suitcase bears. They're fairly small, you know, my hand's just about almost the size of it. And you know, you can grab the top there, and that's how, you know, the diameter of the log I'm using. Now I did it this way because it just got really boring trying to stand a 4-foot log up and carve a little bear out of the top of it and then cut it into size. So basically I designed this table to hold a frame that holds the carvings in it. So far it holds a really good amount of weight. The ground's not really level here, and it's doing fairly well. This is going to be the first time I ever used it. Like I said, I did it the hard way before, and we're gonna get started here and do some bears. All right, see you for the next round. So I'm back again. I wanted to talk about the wood and the cracks that it gets. Now I naturally I go for wood that's been seasoned and dried and dead for a while, and it's pretty solid. I look for any indications of rot or whatever. But a lot of chainsaw carvers are putting these big old gouges in the back of the carvings, and I wanted to show what I do. I don't gouge them. I don't put those deep cuts in there. But what I do is I look for usually wood that has the stress cracks in it, and basically they've split open. And I want to show you what I'm getting ready to do, and how I work around it, so you don't have a nose or an ear that falls off because of the cracks while you're trying to make these carvings. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now these are the logs, and as you can see, kind of looks like what a chainsaw might have, another carver would have done, was try to get to that center, that pit, the heart of the tree. What's going on, this one here is expanding. All these smaller rings that go all the ways up this round, they're shrinking, and so that's what causes the splitting. But what I do is I find wood that is basically has these splits. And what I do is, for instance, I have these all lined up already, and I put the split towards the back. So this is going to end up at the back of the bear, and to me that's like releasing the pressure already. I try to keep it as natural as possible, but I leave the cracks in an area where it's not going to be the nose. So for instance, my nose would be right in here, and my ears would be right in here. Well, I put that crack in a place where I'm not going to mind it. It's not going to be in the way. And basically, I've never had a problem with these type of cracks in the wood. My mom has one that's been like that for almost 15 years. And basically, as you can see, for every one, I put the crack in the back. And basically, yeah, that's how I pretty much do it to avoid the cracks from ruining a nose or something. But all right, I'm gonna get started here and make some bears. All right, see you next time. So I'm back again. I forgot to mention, when we carve these, you need to seal them, regardless if it's an oil sealant or I use Minwax urethane. And you know, they have the satin and they have the gloss. They have different ones that you could use without getting that glossy effect if you didn't like that. But you must seal them. They have pores inside the wood, and basically those pores, they get the more air back and forth. It could cause more cracks, but I usually seal all my stuff. Now, the one I talked about my mom having for about 15 years, that one I've never sealed. It's all natural. There's nothing on it, and it's been like that forever. So it hasn't fallen to pieces. And usually when I carve these, like, one important thing is to make sure you have plenty of holding wood, that it's thick enough and still looks proportionate and nice, but you're not going to make stuff that's going to end up breaking off later and looking bad. I try to make the customer pretty happy and make sure their stuff lasts a long time. Okay, well, I'm going to get back to it. I need to get these bears started. All right. All right. It's been a long day. All right, good morning, everybody. So yesterday I spent a lot of time with the production table for the suitcase bears, and I I saw some things that could change and improve on the table. One thing is being able to work on front and back side of the carving. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and probably change that here soon and be able to speed it up. But I spent about, I want to say 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours on these bears, plus some time in the morning trying to get the wood, which was terrible, especially walking through the snow and trying to cut a tree down is can be a little tricky if you're sinking and stuff through the snow. We want to change it up to where you can work on both sides of the table. I mean, both sides of the bear. So you got the front, back, and side to side. And I noticed in between each bear, I could have gave myself a little more room, which would have been less bears. But next design I'll make for production table for the bears, I'm thinking more like a sawhorse type deal with a 2x6, and that'll allow me to work on both sides of it, and it'd be a lot more easier. But let me show you what I've done so far, how far I got with them, and we'll go on to the next. All right, so here we are. I think it's a total of 8 on each side. I still got some detailing to do, eyes and nose and stuff like that, but 6 hours, 4 hours, can't remember exactly now what I said, but it's a ballpark around there. Now I definitely want to change that idea about doing it to where I could be on both sides of the bear, and some space in between them, so I could do them side by side. And one of my goals is being able to do 20 a day. 20 a day is pretty good. You know, at $20 a bear, I'm looking at $400 there. I don't sell them right away, but you know, you go to a festival and the next thing you know, you sell the whole 20, and that's pretty good day. So far that's where I'm at. Now I'm just working on detail and scribing in some hair and stuff. All right, we'll see you guys on the next step. All right, so I didn't get very far today. I only got these ones done. I was kind of hoping to have the whole table, but I'm really sore, and it's been a rough morning. This is as far as I've gotten. But saving it for another day. My elbow's kind of bothering me and holding that saw, and I worked on a few other carvings before I got started on this, and really took a lot out of me. So there it is. See you guys another day.